Hey, Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Welcome back to the channel. And this is the card we're going to make today, except instead of the cherry red cardstock, oh no, the craft cardstock, we're going to use a white background. So hang on one second. So let me go through what we're going to use today because I'm actually going to make two cards and if possibly two cards. I had some leftovers and I did this really cute thank you. I just think that was really cute. This is using one of the double background grip mats and I've already got a panel done, but I'll show you the grip mat and I'll show you the technique if I can get to this card today. I'm on a time limit, and if I can't get to it today, I'll make sure that I get a video done putting that one together. And I'm at the tail end of my cold, so if I clear my throat, I apologize ahead of time. I'm going to pause you because I need to cough. Okay, this is really frustrating and I am so over it. So the Gina K Designs Sunny Days and Breezy Nights, we've got this 3D embossing folder, stencils, and die. It's called Strawberry Harvest. And this is my first time playing with it. And I just think it's super, super fun. I am not doing the background. I am just doing, as you can see from this card and this other card, I'm just doing the strawberries. I think they're so cute. So you've got the embossing folder, the coordinating dies, and I'll show you how I lined those up and then ran them through the Intracut. And then there's 6 different, I think it's 5 different stencils because it's A, B, C, D, E. And we're actually going to use only 2 for the strawberries. And this is almost a master class, master layout masterclass, because between those 2 cards, I'm using elements from a bunch of different master layouts. And the top layer and the mat, both on the inside of these cards and outside, it's master layouts 1. And I'll throw the dimensions up. So if you don't have this master layout, apologize, you'll be able to put those together. Then from Master Layouts 8, I used this strip die. It cuts perfect 1/4 inch strips. I can't use a trimmer to cut a 1/4 inch of cardstock to save my life. So I use Master Layout 8. And then from Master Layout 15, there's this stitched circle, which is 2 inches by 2, or well, it's 2 inches. And then this little scallop, we're going to put it behind on the other card. But it is an element that we're going to use. And then this black lacy is this element here from Master Layouts 14. You don't have to use it, but I really, really enjoy it. And then from the thank you card, this lacy edge right here, which makes this look like a tablecloth with a plate. That's that scallop from Master Layout, what was that? 15. It looks like a plate with a couple strawberries on it, and I'm saying thank you to somebody. So I think that is so cute. And these are, yes, I know there's a lot of master layouts, but you may have things in your stash that you can have a decorative element or these circles. So you don't have to put this together using the master layouts. I just wanted to show you, you can pull a lot of different elements from a lot of different places and make it work. So let's start with the strawberries. Let's go ahead and get those colored and together. And to do that, I have a Lazy Susan, which I've shown before. And the one I originally had was the We Are Memory Keepers. And it's a nice little Lazy Susan. They don't make this anymore. And I've been talking about the Michael's Recollections. It's the same thing. So it just has a different brand on it. It literally is the exact same thing. And I know, and I'll have a link down below for 2 other options that I've got one from Amazon, and then Lisa Horton has one. I'm not going to buy that one. This was 25-ish at Michael's, and the Amazon one, I want to say, is around the same. It's a slightly different. And I'm sorry, the Lisa Horton, I'm not spending the kind of money that that unit is being charged. So I'd rather spend my craft dollars in different places than in a spinny platform. So I'm going to pause you for just a second. I want to write this down, and that way I remember to put a link for all 3 of those down below. And I have, let's see, we don't need this yet because we need to emboss. So let me get my Gina K Intracut, and I already have it set up for my machine. And for the 3D, it's the 2D letterpress, 2D emboss. And then my machine likes it over here at loose, number 3. Follow the package first, and then depending on, because all machines are made different. Well, they're the same, they're made the same, but all of them have their own personality. I'll just put it that way. And Gina K, on the instructions, set the dial to 3. I don't know if that's +3, -3. Mine likes to actually, it's exactly where this particular embossing folder tells you to put it. So at number 3. So and I'm going to move this just slightly. I fold my little doors down, and this thing's not going anywhere. So on the embossing folder, there is a debossed, and then there's a raised. We're going to concentrate on the debossed, and you can grab Masticing Magic. I use Minty tape, and I've already cut out several of the strawberries, and I'm just going to grab a little Minty tape. This Minty tape's going to stay on the back, and you know what? I'm going to get you super close so you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, I hope this remote's not dead. It's been on. Okay, so down here, and I don't know if you can see it, there's this little set of strawberries with the leaves. That is not, it's down here, sorry. It's flipped over. So this little guy down here, that is where the 2 strawberries with the leaves and the flowers are going to sit. I'm going to set this down because I'm going to slide this around, and it's going to click right in where I want it. And then the die cut is face down, and we're just going to put it in there. I need another little piece of Minty tape. There. And then I'm going to close it. And I'm going to check that again because I'm letting go of it so that I can bring this in and super close in. And I'm going to check these again because I want to make sure they're where they're supposed to be. That's not. Okay. And the stem I'm cutting off, so I don't care if it, and I'm just looking to see if it's in, and it does look in. And I need the platform, and I'm pressing this down because I'm not letting go of it. If I let go of that folder, those things are flopping around. And I'm just going to run this through, and it's easy peasy. And the tension, and on this machine, it gives a perfect Look at all that dimension right there. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can see I've been inking. I'm just going to gently pull this minty tape, and I told you some of it's going to stay on the back, and that's perfectly fine. That does not upset me at all. I'm just gently pulling that off because I don't want to tear the cardstock. And I'm going to pause. Oh, no, I'm not going to pause you. I'm going to just repeat that whole pattern all over again so you understand and see this process. So I'm going to push those down, push them around. I want them to fall into the cutout. When I feel it click, I'm just going to use a little bit of minty tape. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here with this guy. I want him to, there, he's clicked. So it's that one. That is clicked. Yep, everybody's clicked in. And we're going to do the same thing. Nope, that's not clicked in. He moved. That little guy moved on me. There. I just felt it click. And that is, and this guy down here did not go where I needed him to go. The whole thing just moved. Oh! So this is the frustration with these folders when you're trying to get just a piece embossed. Oh, I think I got it. I do. So let me grab the platform, not letting go of the folder. I'm holding it down. And I like to put mine in at an angle just to preserve those rollers inside my intercut. And excuse me for my throat clearing. And flip that right out. Look at that. Awesome. Beautiful detail. Okay, let's peel these off and I'll get this cleaned up and we get on to the next piece. Okay, I've got my little Lazy Susan, and this is the grip, double background grip mat that I was telling you about. And before I am actually going to put it on here, and I'm going to grab my Gina K Black Onyx and an 80-pound Neenah Classic. I have my Stampin' Bug pressure tool, and just grab a piece of acetate. This is a stamping platform tool that I created for the Stamparatus when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And get this inked up really well. And this is the background for that other card. And I like to, there. I'm trying to protect my stamping bug, and this is why I like doing this on a rotating platform. You can just kind of rotate it and do what you need to do. I'm going to lift this up and peel this up, and there is our piece that we're going to use. So let me grab a microfiber towel and my water bottle. Where is my water? Right in front of me. I'm going to clean this off, flip it over because we're going to use the other side. Make sure I get that ink off my fingers. And whoop. And clean this. This just wipes down. Just like that. Okay. Stencils. So we just need, And these stencils, if you line them all up, they have a letter up in the upper right hand corner. I think you can, there, you can see it. We are using B and C. Nope, E and C. And I'll put the rest of them back so that I don't lose them or do something else with them. I can get that out of the way for now. And I saved negative space, or the negative of my die cuts, and I'm going to grab that 1/4 inch minty tape. Even though this is a grip mat, I was finding it earlier when I was doing these strawberries. They were still moving around and lifting up. And this little section here, it's just going to get in the way. We don't need that. Just be careful when you've got pokey things in these grip mats. This is a stamp material, so you will damage it with sharp objects. Okay. And the inks we're going to use, see how that just slides right in there? And it's not the whole thing, I cut it down. And the reason for that is this is a grip mat and I want to use the grip mat. So let me get you, Jen, just a tad bit closer so that you can really see those. And that minty tape, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. There. So on inks, we've got cherry red and fresh asparagus. I was going to use grass green and red velvet, and I changed my mind. I like how those strawberries turned out. And I'm going to use a mini brush and for the red, and a detail brush for the green. What I want to do first, let's do the strawberries. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up. And before we do that, you color your strawberries the way you want. Here's what a strawberry looks like as it's ripening. So I've been seeing a lot of, and like I said, there is no right or wrong. You color the way you want. I'm going to imitate what's being shown right here in between the underripe and the ripe, where the white is at the top rather than at the base. But like I said, you color how you want. There's no right or wrong. I'm just doing it different than what I've seen a lot of creators and Gina do. And why don't I come down even closer? I just wanted you to know why. And there's no right or wrong. It just is how you want it. And I'm going to be very heavy-handed with this. And I'm going to start down here in the bottom. And I don't care if I go outside the line because that's just my template. And this is going to be, so I'm going to go all the way up and then come back down to the bottom, pick up the ink that's on the template or the stencil and drag it up the side and the front. Let's peel and reveal. Oh, isn't that pretty? That is super pretty. And we're going to line these two up. There's etching that the camera is not showing you, but there's etching on the stencils to help you line these up. And again, I'm going to start down here at the bottom. I am going to go all the way to the top, one way, the other way, and then come back down and really put some pressure, and let's drag that ink in. And then down here on this strawberry, do the same thing, both directions. Let's make this guy really ripe. Same with this one. Okay, let's pull this up. Aren't those pretty? I think they're so pretty. And then I noticed on this, the way I oriented this, my letter is, you really can't see it there, you kind of see it. It's up here on the right hand side. And I'm finding the strawberries. And how I did this, let me see if I can find this embossing folder. I took these, and with the etching, I was able to line up the embossing folder so I know the orientation of all of these. And I should have showed that to you, and I'm sorry, I didn't. Let's go ahead and get this little stem all together and make sure it's locked down because I'm making this super dark. And then these two over here. And like I said, I'm not doing the flower because I'm cutting that off. Make sure I get that detail brush stuck in the green and I accidentally stick it in the red. I've done that. That's so frustrating from a creator standpoint. And I'm sure you all have done the same thing. So I'm going to use an edge here. And I'm just going to line it up to make sure there's none of that strawberry showing. Let's grab some ink and I'm going to get that stem colored up at the top. I'm going to rotate. This is what I like about these rotating platforms. I'm going to do the same thing here. Get some of that stem because I'm going to cut some of that stem off. And then we're going to come over here and do the same thing. I just want to make sure I'm not showing any red so that I don't accidentally turn it brown. Because who wants to eat a brown strawberry? I don't. And then, easy peasy. Come on, camera, focus, focus. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Isn't that beautiful? And then it's just a matter of snip, snip. And I have 2 strawberries. Isn't that cool? And look at that detail. Super fun. And this guy, I'm just going to take this and look. Super fun. Okay, let's get these other 2 because I need, for this card, I need 6 strawberries. And we'll quickly get these colored and we'll move on to putting the stripes on our card panels. Okay, down. Get the red. These strawberries are so fun. Okay, really ripe strawberries. Okay, get this all lined up just like that. Okay. Oh, awesome. This is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to cover that red and I'll clean those in a minute. And let's get these stems done and the greenery. And one more to keep an eye on. I've got dinner plans, so I'm hoping I get this recorded all done, or this recording all done. Awesome. Oops, I need to move that down a little. I missed part of that leaf. There we go. There we go. Okay. And I'm not done with that because we need to color that stem as we cover the strawberry. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay. Put those brushes up and cover that green. Let's peel these guys out and snip the stem. So much fun. Whoop! Almost sent that one off the back of my desk. Okay, I'm going to get this all cleaned up and we'll be ready for the next section. Okay, I grabbed a bunch of stamp sets and strawberries. So I went and I found we could do Sweet Friend. This is from Modern Floral. Life is Sweet. This set's retired, but if it's in your stash, you can do Thanks for Being So Sweet. Hope Your Day is as Sweet as You. Just really cute. And then what I did is I went ahead and You Give Me Butterflies. You're So Sweet. So this is the layout and that's what we're going to use. I've already gone ahead and cut out the words. I have two of them, one for support and one to stamp on. And I like to do this with all of my dies, my word dies. This is the minty tape, and same concept as the sticky mat. Oops, that went over the edge from when I'm going to stick in that die. I like to curl it over the edge, so if I'm mass producing and I pull a die cut out, it doesn't pull the minty tape with it. That's why I do that. So let me grab the You're So Sweet sentiment. And I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black for this. Let's pick that up. And this, I don't care if it's a good impression or not. And then I'm grabbing some of my delicate painter's tape. Just lining this up. Oops, that's too, nope, too, okay, that's good. And then all I have to do is slide this in. And that minty tape's gonna hold it in place. A lot of times, if I don't have that minty tape, the stamp is so sticky that it pulls it right up. And I'm gonna stamp that one more time. Let that ink soak in. Once more. We're gonna call that done. And let me clean this off real quick. We are in the home stretch. I have already cut out for, let's see, Master Layouts 1, all of my panels. So we are done with, we're actually done with stamping. So let me pull this out of here. unless and I'm not going to have time to make that second card, so I'll do a quick video and release that. Oh, shoot. I didn't pop this out of there. Crazy, crazy. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to grab a couple silicone mats. So we're gonna do some gluing here. And I'm using Gina K's matte glue because it's going to squeeze out the side. I just know it. Because I'm in a hurry and I really didn't pay attention to how much glue I was putting. And there we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put that up there. And our panels. Oh, I need my red panel. Let's go ahead and cut this down. Don't pause. Hide that. We're going to cut this. I do book fold. That's what I've done my entire card making career. I'm not super loving of the tent fold. That's just my personal preference. You do you. I'll do me. I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. Get this popped over and burnish this down. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now from master layout, my goodness, 14, I have die cut 2 of these from 100-pound Pop Tone Black Licorice. And I'm going to go ahead and get those glued together. Oop, too much. Sorry, I'm not talking. Detail gluing, I have discovered, requires concentration of my brain. Okay, let's get these lined up. Is that lined up? Just lined up. Okay, squeeze that down. That will dry here in just a moment. Okay, strips, all of those strips. And let me grab master layout 1. Throw those back up there. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And I need 2 fresh asparagus, 2 grass green, 2 innocent pink. It's got cardstock dust on the edges, so I'm pulling it off. And then 2 cherry red. I could not cut that precision. And this is what we're doing here. So we're going to start with the red. Are we done? I think we're good. Okay. No, we're going to start with the fresh asparagus. And I need this guy. This is my Tombow glue that I'm going to use. We're just going to lay it across just like that. Grass green is next. And we're going to butt this right up against that other strip and press it down. Then we've got Innocent Pink. Same thing, pressing it down, butting it against Cherry Red. Okay, repeat the process. Sorry for the throat clearing and the sniffles. And I'm sorry for this longer video. But I will get the other card put together in another video. There, Innocent Pink. Because it really is a fast and cute card. And then one more here. And we're going to get the inside together while this dries, and then we'll finish the front. Okay, slide that up there. Inside. Down in the corner, there's your master layout sizes. So if you don't have master layout, you can cut it to size. And one of these strawberries is going in the middle. Just going to hold that down for just a sec. Almost time to refill my Tombow glue. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to grab a little minty tape so this stays closed. And this should be dry. And I'm going to grab my big scissors. And I like to cut this from looking at the back. That way I can see the edge that I'm cutting against. It takes practice. I don't know how many times I have actually cut the card base that it's sitting on. And I'm going to wipe this down because that had glue on it. And before I close that, I want to make sure I wiped that off. Let me toss those because those have glue. And these silicone mats, it's great because I can take these to the sink and they're easily washed off. Oh, I don't know if those could be able to go in the washing machine or dishwasher, not washing machine. Oops, that's really crooked. There. And well, this I was going to do splatter. I just don't think I have the time to do the splatter. Oops, straighten that. That's why I like to use the glue. Okay. And I'm going to switch back to the matte glue from here on out. Because, you know, we're using this guy. And again, why I chose such a delicate, knowing I was time constrained tonight. Who knows? Okay, let's flip this over. There, all that glue will dry. Clear. Home run, gang. Get my tweezers for this next one. Oop, that was a lot of glue. Put this right in the middle. And if you don't have these master layouts, find something decorative in your stash. Use this layout. Just find a different decorative piece. So I'm going to use some foam to pop these up. This guy, and I just noticed on this one, I missed part of the leafery, and I'm using, this is the new number YG29. It's, I think, apple green, and yeah, I just totally missed that one. Can't even tell now, can you? That's what I love about the alcohol markers. And okay, so I have one tucked behind, so we're going to lay this one down, hold it on right there. Then I'm going to grab this guy with a little bit of stem, do the same thing over here, and then this guy we're going to glue down here. And I missed part of the greenery up here, but I'm going to I'm going to put one of the other strawberries over it. And this guy, I noticed, same thing. I missed just a piece. You'll never know. This guy, I'm going to pop up right here. And this last one, I'm going to pop up down in the corner. And then the You're So Sweet. Let's get some foam guys on this. And I need some little ones. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by and making it to this part of the content. And if you're still around and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, down below, hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more videos like this. And make sure you click that notification bell so that next time I upload a video like the alternative card, you will get notified. In addition, if you're shopping, I will have all the links down below. I do believe that there are still some kits available over at Gina K Designs, which has this 3D embossing bundle. If it has not sold out in the July release, which it's either July 7th or the 14th, I'm not sure which, they will be individually for sale, the bundle that is. So I'm just going to put, using the mini black pearls from Gina K Designs, and I'm just putting some glue down where I'm going to put those dots. Okay, and I just looked at the clock and I am right on time. I'll have 10 minutes to go put some makeup on, change my clothes, and get myself out the door. But thanks for joining me today. The link's down below if you're shopping. Most of those will be affiliate links. There will be some like cut cardstock. This white, it's Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, and I get that from Cut Cardstock in Valparaiso, Indiana. Family-owned business. I love it. Thanks so much for coming along today. I wanted to see the difference between, and I probably should have put some black splatter on that. I'm really liking the craft better than the white. So let me pull you in so you can take a really close look at these. I do like the craft a whole lot better. Thanks for joining me, and I'll do a follow-up video creating this card. Until next time, happy stamping.